G'day, welcome back to Dad vs Son, and we're going to go on with Fields of Fire Volume 1 Normandy, Mission 4 Hill 192 Offensive. My apologies for letting this lapse so long, but life gets in the way, as we all know. So in the first three missions, we had Able Company, and they've been sent off on R&R, so poor old Baker Company now has had to take up the slack, which isn't going to be very easy for them at all, because they're basically back to the beginning. So the CO through XO and the platoon commanders are all green, with the first sergeant, as usual, being a veteran, and everybody else being line. So what we have to do is we have to clear row 2, row 3, and objective 1 and objective 2 of all enemies and potential contacts. We start on row 1 this time. Row 1 is potential contacts C's, row 2 is B's, rows 3 and 4 are all A's, and if we draw a 9 or 10 for the enemy higher HQ event, then we get a counter-attack as well. The enemy are veteran paratroops, and they are defending. So, yay. So we have a 5-column, 4-row map. We only have the one hill, which I've named as Objective 2, and Objective 1 is up here in the far left corner, which is a hedgerow. Everything else is normal elevation, except for these two down here, which are gullies. Righto, so what I have done is I've got 2 platoon here in the church to start out. I've set up all the platoons basically exactly the same way. So each platoon has got 3 rifle squads. They have a machine gun. 2 platoon has the 50 cal. Whereas the other 2 have the LMGs, and then they all have a bazooka and a mortar, and I've given first squad in every platoon a rifle grenade. The CO is here in column 2, so I've got 1 platoon with the 50 cal here in foxholes, and these 3 units in foxholes, with the 2 platoon commander and 3-2 outside without cover at the moment. The CO has got the 11 HMG and the RDFO, each in a foxhole, and I've left them there because they can give me fire up to the hill there as needed, and I've also got a target marker on the hill, and that's why I've put the RDFO there. I've got 3 platoon here in column 3 with the same setup. I've got the XO here in column 4. He's got the mortar FO and 2-1 HMG. In separate foxholes. Again, he's outside so that he can get commands to start with, hopefully. And again, that helps me to get some fire across the open fields here and so forth. And then 1 platoon down here on the right flank, doing the same thing with the company first sergeant and his jeep. We have 2 foxholes in each of row 1, and we have 2 foxholes as a outpost out here on the open fields because there's no cover. I've given the red star parachute and cluster to the CO, the green ones to the XO. The XO has a smoke as well. The first sergeant has a red smoke and a Willie Pete, and the 3 platoons have a smoke, a Willie Pete, and a coloured smoke. The smoke and Willie Pete are used for their combat effect, and the coloured smokes and anything that's coloured, in fact, is going to be used simply for a ceasefire and go from there. So I'm not expecting this to go all that well, simply because we've got effectively green leadership against veterans. So I reckon that Able Company is sitting back, sucking down some good French wine, having a bit of R&R and laughing their guts out that Baker Company's got to pick up the slack since they've sat on their fat behinds for the rest of the time. I have a sneaking suspicion that the company commander is probably somebody like, what was his name? Captain Sobel out of Band of Brothers. He's probably got about the same tactical sense as I have. So we'll see what happens. Righto, so let's get into it. So there's no friendly hire HQ event on the first turn, so we go straight into the command phase. And that's why I've left all the platoon commanders and the executive and so forth out and about, so that we can hopefully get some better draws for the first turn. Righto, so company headquarters. Oh, well. Okay, so he gets 6 -1 for being green, +1 for there being no contacts. 6 commands. And out of those 6 commands, he is going to initially activate 1st, 2nd and 3rd platoons, and then he is also going to activate the XO, the 1st sergeant, that's 5, and then his 6th command he is going to use to dive back into cover, and he's going to dive into cover with the RDFO. Like that. Okay, so 1 platoon will get 4 +1 for no contact, -1 for being green, so 4. Okay, 1 platoon over here to the right. So what he's going to do is he's going to use 1 to form a assault team and send it forward. So that's 2 commands for him, and then he and 3-1 are going to drop back in to these foxholes here. And that's his 3 and 4. 2 platoon over here on the left flank is going to get 3 commands, +1, -1. So again, he is going to split off an assault team off his 3rd squad, and he's going to send that up actually into the village to start with. And the reason for that is to try and get some hard cover in there. So that's exposed. So that's 2 commands. It'll be 3. Now, what else does he want to do? He doesn't have enough to get the rest of 3rd squad into cover and himself. So he's actually going to leave 3rd squad there, and he's going to dive into cover, because I can't afford to necessarily lose the platoon commander. So 3 2s out there by its lonesome, poor buggers. Okay, 3 platoon in the centre in row 3 is going to get 4 +1 -1. Again, same recipe, split off an assault team. And the assault team is going to go forward into the open ground, straight into the foxholes, and is exposed. So that's his 1, 2. He's got 2 left. So again, 3 of 3, and the platoon commander are going to climb back into the foxholes, and he has no commands left. The EXO will get 3 + 1 - 1. Excuse me. And he is simply going to jump straight into cover with the mortar FO. And that leaves him 2 commands banked. And then the first sergeant is going to get 2 + 1 for being a veteran, +1 for no contact. So he's got 4 commands, and he's going to simply use 1 of them to put himself in the foxholes over here. Now, yeah. So the trouble I've got is because there's 2 foxholes on everything, I cannot put any more cover markers on this one. So I can't get the Jeep into cover. And I don't believe a Jeep can go into a foxhole. That would be a damn huge fox. We have 1 more cover here we could use, but I can't put a Jeep there. We've got 1 more cover here, but again, I couldn't put a Jeep there. Only 2 cover there, which is covered. And only 1 cover is actually here, but we've got foxholes, so I can't put anything else there either, as far as I'm aware. So that's that. And then we have general initiative. And general initiative will be 2. So I'm going to try and seek cover here. So that's a draw of 4. Looking for cover. Rally for 1. Contact for 2. Rally for 3. Please. No cover there. Bugger, because we had a building and I was hoping for some hard cover there. Okay, and then we'll seek cover here for this one. And again, draw a 4 looking for cover. And we have nothing for 1. Cover for 2, that's good. Number 3 was nothing, and number 4 was a rally. Okay. So this assault team is undercover. So the only one that's swinging in the breeze at the moment is this poor old bugger here. Right, that's the end of the Americans. So now for the Germans. There's no higher HQ event until the 2nd turn. This is the enemy activity check. There are no enemies. Mutual capture and release phase. There are none. Then we have vehicle phase. No vehicles have been activated. Then we have the combat phase. Update fire missions. We have none at the moment, but that's bound to change really, really quickly. So then we're into potential contacts. So we have 5 potential contacts in row 1. And we have 1, 2... Oh, bugger, I've run out. Hang on a tick. 3 potential contacts in row 2. So potential contacts are done alphabetically, A's, B's, and then C's. So we have 3 B's to worry about first. Sorry about that, little earthquake. So we'll call them 1, 2, 3. And we have number 3. So it's a potential contact B at no contact. So it's an auto. Nothing to draw at all. And we get a number 2, which is probably going to be some sort of artillery, I believe. Incoming artillery, number 2. Package 2. Okay. So we have an incoming marker at -3 because it's going to be mortar. So we have incoming. We have a mortar spotter, and he will be under foxholes, because that's their cover for this mission. So placement of him is going to be 1, which says per package, which says at max line of sight, so we need a direction anyway. And we have 3, which is front max line of sight. So again, flavour win. Yeah, he's sitting in the farm. There he is as a potential contact. So we're now at contact. Righto. So then we have these 2 here, 1 and 2. And we're going to do number 1. And being at contact now, it's a draw of 5. Hopefully not finding the word contact. So rally for 1. Ah, bugger. Contact for 2. Nothing for 3. Rally for 4. Contact for 5. Oh, well, at least we got rid of another bloody contact. Okay, and what we're going to get now is number 7 for a B. Is an LMG nest. Number 7. Okay. What do we got here? So we have a squad, and all the squads for this mission are all the automatic weapons squads. None of the small arms squads. So we have 3-1 platoon. I'll put them down. And we have a H. No, sorry. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Not that. I was looking at the HMG one. So we have a LMG team under foxholes. So we have 3 LMG. And foxholes. And an LMG has 6 ammo. Yay! Placement is going to be 10, which is right front max line of sight. So it's going to be in the orchard here. Okay, so we have a PDF into there. We have automatic fire into there. I know there's no real need to put a PDF down for the mortar, but I'm just going to so I know where it's going. And that takes us up to engaged. Righto. So we have the one mortar. One mortar in column 5, row 3, with 3 fire missions. So you'll have 2 left after this. And then we had, again, my old age kicking in, 3 LMG. In column 3, row 3, with 6 ammo. So he'll have 5 left after this. Righto, sorry about that. Okay, and now we have this potential contact here. So we're engaged now. So it's a draw of 3, and we've got the shuffle. So we'll do the shuffle and come on back. I did a little bit of a playthrough yesterday with this just to try the mission out, and I had the XO and the first sergeant sitting in, I think it was column 2 down here. XO and all these people in one foxhole, first sergeant in the other foxhole, and they were actually the first C, because I had everybody in foxholes. Nobody was going anywhere on the first turn, sort of thing. And the first potential contact ended up being mines right there, and it just blew the lot away. And then I had third platoon. Oh, I've done it again. Third platoon here in column 3, and they took artillery, and within 2 turns, they'd basically been wiped out. All they had left was 3 anti-tank. Everything else had been basically destroyed. It was a mess. And it was that stage I packed it up, walked away shaking my head and went, stuff this for a joke. Righto, so we have a draw of 3. We have cover for the first, nothing for the second, nothing for the third. So we had a bit of a win there. 1 potential contact done. Righto, then we have 5 potential contacts C down here. So 1 through 5, and we're going to do number 5 first. So I decided to do this time because it means that it cuts down on the places where baddies can actually go. Hopefully, maybe, sort of. Righto, so we are at C for engaged, gives us a draw of 2, and we have a nothing, well, cover, sorry, and another cover. So that one's done. Then we have a draw of 1 through 4, and we're going to do number 4. So we have this one. Again, draw of 2, and we have a rally, and we have a nothing. So we've covered that one as well. 3 to go. I'm going to do number 2, so centre one. And we have a draw of 2, we have a rally, and a nothing. My God. I sort of worry about good luck like this because the gods of war are going to get their fickle best back on us for sure. Okay, 1 or 2. Number 2. Here we go. And we have a nothing. And a cover. Oh, we should be so lucky. And lucky last. Draw of 2. We have a nothing. And a nothing. No potential C's at all. Wow. I wasn't banking on that. Okay. So we've done that, and then we have the combat effects segment. So we only have this German unit here, and we have this German unit here, and neither are spotted. But we have this poor bugger who is going to take a hit, and this poor bugger that is going to take a hit. Righto. So I'm just going to call them 1 and 2. And again, people have asked me if there's any need to randomise the way I do. And no, there is no real need to do that. You don't need to randomise as much as I do, but I just think it adds that little bit more to it, and we get through the cards a bit faster. So 1 or 2, and it's number 2. So we have the incoming here, which is mortars, which is a -3. So we have -3, -5, and +2, +1. So he's at a -2, and a -2 is pinned. So he was damned lucky. And that's done. Okay. And then over to this little gentleman here. And he's at a -2, -3, +3. So a big 0 for him. And a 0 is a hit. Okay, so he is a line unit. And he's a casualty. Straight up. Bugger. So he's been taken out. rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. And the only good part is that we actually cleared a card, so not too bad. Okay, so we've done that. Adjust VOFs and so forth, and PDFs. So this one now can only target this, so he's going to come in there like that. You get rid of the exposed markers. And that is it. So that's the end of turn 1. So a lot better start this time than last. But now we're going to have to start getting things to move, that's for sure. But at least now what we have at the moment is free access into this area here, where we don't have to worry about potential contacts. We only have 2 more fire missions into here, so we may be able to actually pull this guy out over to here, and then he can clear there because he's only pinned. So we should get a free move for him next time. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I haven't made too many mistakes to start with. If I have, again, please let me know. I'm quite happy to be told that I've screwed up because I do it so often. And I hope you enjoy. Take care and bye for now.